Hello there. The parents in Epping are furious. A man was spotted in the grounds of a school near Epping by some local boys and he was taken into custody. But it appears he was then released on bail a few hours later and seen outside another school. Now, initial speculation was that this was an illegal immigrant, but this has not been verified, and the police claim that this particular person is not housed in the Bell Hotel, but sleeps rough locally, and has already reportedly failed to attend court for alleged offences outside of Essex, as per the Express. A wanted man who skipped his own court hearing has been arrested after allegedly breaking into a school near Epping. The Express has seen text messages alleging the suspect was one of two migrants wandering school property, but Essex Police has neither confirmed or denied their status, nor did a spokesperson for the force report a second trespasser. So we don't know is the result of all that, and without proof one way or the other, we can't really comment other than to say that so many people, including members of the press and social media, as well as parents in the area, were very quick to say this was an asylum seeker. And I have to say their properly founded concerns based on lived experience probably helped them to make that connection. They may still well be proven right, but at the moment I haven't seen any definitive proof. And this is the sort of thing that happens when the authorities do not listen to local opinion, but instead ignore it and run roughshod over it, leaving the local populace to pick up the pieces. I just do not know what to add to all of this, especially in the light of new legislation coming down the pipe that will, or the Tories say, will reduce the sentences for those who like assaulting our females. What do you think about all of this, Richard?
Well, Jeff, interesting you say that it wasn't migrants and asylum seekers. But could you put the first thing up there from the Express? There's something else here which just got missed. This is what it says here when you do a quick at this moment in time you do a Google search, and the Express is here saying man arrested at school near Epping after reports of migrant breaking into grounds. Now, Jeff, could you go to the second one, please, which I put up there? All of us, that was it. Yes. Yep. Now that's quite strange, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? They're saying there asylum seeker arrested at school near Epping after student raises alarm with teachers. Now, I think this is coming along the lines of, I think there's a bit of a change in headline as well, from what they put up earlier. However, we don't know if this was an asylum seeker or not. Now, there's plenty of people on social media, quite respected people who I follow, incidentally, who are saying that it was an asylum seeker. However, that does not mean it was an asylum seeker, and you should not for one moment think that it was an asylum seeker just because of that reason. Just because somebody you respect says it and there's multiple sources, it doesn't mean it is. And you have to wait until the police have told you that something is something. Otherwise, something is not something until that point in time, Jeff. Would you not agree there? Up until that point, we have to remain very, very neutral, and we are very neutral. But what we can say is that this was not this chap. Apparently, wasn't just near a school. He walked into the grounds of a school. I mean, that's a red line that every parent feels in their gut. What was this individual doing there? And he was removed, but apparently the police has spun this saying there was no offences at the school. Oh, okay, right, and he's been just let off on bail. That's fine. Now, these reports that this individual was loitering around other schools, I mean, they're just reports, and we don't know. This is just commentary and conjecture on social media and should be taken with a pinch of salt, of course, as all things should be. And we mustn't be seen to be inflaming situation by saying that these things are true. But we can say that this is what has been speculated upon on social media, and we both remain utterly, utterly neutral in Keir Starmer's Britain on this very matter, don't we, Jeff?
Absolutely, of course. We mustn't. We got to abide by the online harms bill and all that act and all that sort of thing. Now, all these protests about the hotels and asylum seekers near schools, and this still occurs. I find it amazing that the police haven't sort of stepped up a few patrols around the area. And the police aren't listening. The courts aren't listening. The politicians are not listening. And the government is not listening. And this particular case aside, it's almost like our betters believe that illegal immigrants have the human right to act this way and that we have no rights to complain about it. Well, message to the establishment: that will not cut the mustard, nor will that situation last very long. How long before a child gets hurt? Then what? The parents and grandparents of Epping have already had to start sidestepping the police and patrol the areas themselves. And as Rupert Lowe says, illegal migrant men must not be free to roam our streets. They must be securely detained until deportation can be arranged. Put them in a tented camp offshore and then send them home. This is not complicated. If you agree, sign our petition. Now, I've left a link to that petition in the descriptions box below, so you can follow it and go and sign it.
And Jeff, one thing as well, we're not saying that this person is an illegal migrant or an asylum seeker because it has not been confirmed, and these are totally unrelated. But this is in a broader sort of concern of the country. This is, and the two things should not be conflated in any way, shape, or form, should they, Jeff? I mean, what I find interesting though is whatever. What I found here is quite interesting as well, is that the Daily Express cropped his face. And if you look at the thumbnail of this video, we've also cropped his face for the very same reason, that this is just, we have to be very good boys and girls at this point in time in Keir Starmer's Britain. I think you all know what we're talking about here. I mean, at the end of the day, okay, so regardless of his status, etc., etc., this is a man who's wanted for skipping court in other areas outside of the area, from somewhere else, from somewhere else entirely. And so he appears to be of good character and the sort of person you want to have suddenly find wandering around your school grounds, isn't it? Exactly. I mean, what kind of person does that? Unless, of course, he this homeless gentleman, if he is homeless, had a legitimate reason for wandering around the school grounds, like maybe no, I can't think of any effing legitimate reason to be walking around school grounds. And they wonder why this country is at a tipping point. I watched the interview with Tommy Robinson and Patrick Bet-David, and in that, Patrick Bet-David said, "Can't you see how close your country is to something terrible happening?" And Tommy quite rightly replied, yes, unless the government does something correct very shortly, then it's not looking good. And that's what I keep coming up against, Jeff, day and day and day after day. It's the same thing. It's a very worrying scenario, mate, I'm sorry to say. And I'm sorry for all you watching this. Yeah, not very good when you have a chap wandering around like this. And when you consider
Not at all.
the mood of the country, when you think of the mood of the country right now.
Yes, and Stuart Brown has said that there's a protest, a flash demo now at Lawton Police Station. I don't know if that's true.
I'll check that now.
I just did while you were talking. I didn't find anything, but if you can, that might be useful. Yeah, so it's these sorts of things are going to happen more and more. The public have had enough. We're not being protected. They don't think they're being protected. They don't think their children are being protected. What are they expected to do? Just sit there and take it? That's not right at all, is it? I mean, one of the parents did put up a tweet saying just that. What are we meant to do? How are we meant to react to this sort of news when we've got all this going on in our area? Now, one of the things that is happening is on Wednesday, the 1st of October, there is a... Let me just remove whichever one that was. On Wednesday, the 1st of October, there's a pink protest in Westminster at 10 a.m. Protect us, protect our kids. We will not be silenced. This is the Women in Pink. They're holding a big protest, and they're hoping to get people from around the country, led by, I believe, it's going to be sort of coordinated and led by the Epping Women in Pink. I may be wrong there, but that's from what I remember from a speech that Orla gave at when I was there in Epping last week. Yeah.
There is a protest. I've just sent you something up put on the screen there, if you could put it up there. Right. I just added something here, and this is from Adam Brooks. I'll repeat. He says, a flash protest has started at Lawton Police Station in regards to an unknown, unverified foreign man being removed from a local school today. He has been spotted outside or near 4 other local schools, 2 of which my girls go to. We are worried for our children. And also, I am noticing here on the Bell Hotel protest Twitter page, X page, protest at 6 p.m. emergency, 17th tonight. Yeah. So
they'll already be there then.
Yes, I'm seeing other images coming through now. Demonstrators, and there seems to be quite a lot of them. People are very bloody angry, Jeff. Very angry.
Right.
As you can imagine. I'll send some more photos to you now in a second. Let me just try and do this. Try and pretend that I'm tech savvy for one moment. Hey, whatever happens, I'm better than Jeff at these things.
Oh, rot.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, 2 seconds. Come on. If you can just keep going there a second, Jeff.
Yeah, all right. I was just waiting for the thing to.
Oh, okay. I've got it. Okay, here we go.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
if you could put that one up, that great.
Oh, right. You got it up there. Right. Let's have a look. There we go. So that's outside the Bell Hotel. I know that quite well now.
No.
That's a couple of times.
I don't think that's the Bell Hotel, is it? That's the police station. Is it Lawton? I think.
Oh, is that still the police station there?
Yeah. I believe so.
Can't see with glasses.
Yeah, we need new glasses there, Jeff. Definitely.
Yeah, I know. It's the distance from the screen that's getting me.
Yeah.
So these things are going on.
I mean, the thing is, the parents have been practically just told, just calm down, and children told to stay alert. I mean, this is basically teaching a generation to live in fear. Parents now are too frightened for their children to go outside and play. They're too frightened now to probably send them to school, for F's sake. This is just insanity. And we could say this is a one-off. This isn't a one-off. I think there's like, what's it? Did I read? I think it's like 1,500 schools that sit near asylum hotels in total. I mean, I don't know the truth of that, but yeah, if that is true, then that is quite a scary statistic. Sorry, I just find it quite remarkable that this is going on in the United Kingdom at the moment. This is Great Britain right now. This is Britain. This is what we let happen to our country.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was just checking X and trying to see if there's anything on Epping at the moment. But there doesn't seem to be
Epping.
much.
Yeah, nothing under Epping will come up. It's not going to be.
No, it's not there. Yeah, so it's not there anyway. So there's nothing there anyway. All we can say is that this country is going round the U-bend very, very quickly, and our government and our establishment, all the government departments, are just sat back watching it. They haven't done. They're ruining the country. They know they're ruining the country, and to be honest, they're reveling in it. They must be, otherwise they'd do something positive about it. And they're just letting people into the country. And how come Keir Starmer's much vaunted one in, one out programme has ground to an inevitable halt because he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. He's a ruddy lawyer. He's a human rights lawyer, and he couldn't see all these legal challenges coming, keeping those aircraft empty. He just couldn't see it coming because he's a plank. He's a total and utter and a plank. Everybody else could see it. Well, he could see it as well. He was just mouthing off platitudes to try and keep us happy. And now he's been found wanting. He's probably going to blame it on someone else. It's his fault. He's the lawyer. Don't forget, he's a lawyer. He knows all this stuff. He knows what the ECHR means. He knows what the Human Rights Act means. He knows it inside and out. And he let this whole thing collapse. It's him. It's all on him. He has to go. Anyway, now I'll come off the fence and tell you what I really think. Yeah, all by design, says Diane. Yeah, experimentation. Starmer knows exactly what he's doing. He isn't a plank. Yeah, exactly, as I said. Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
yes, very true.
And he's a Fabian. Yep, as far as I'm concerned, he's a Fabian. This is their agenda.
Oh, he is. Yeah, I can gather. Yeah. These people are in control. Don't think that this is all happenstance. And that this is just some kind of... Don't think, incidentally, that this is left-wing either. This is not left-wing. I mean, we need to get out of this left-wing, right-wing paradigm. It's a load of crap it is. It is meaningless, to be honest with you. No, this is something else. This is a belief in something quite twisted. And to be honest with you, let's name it. It's satanic. It is utterly satanic. Yeah. And this is a word that's... I've noticed is starting to come into the mainstream a lot more now. People, again, that I respect... are saying the word satanic more often. And I'm like, wow, how is that the case? What has changed in your mindset to make you use that specific terminology? And when you look into it, you realize that, yes, actually, when you dive deep enough, you find that Karl Marx, who is the godfather of left-wing thinking, we'll say, okay, there's a few other people that could be mentioned before him, but he's the main one. He's the one that everyone points to and hails as a demigod. Yeah. Yet, what did he used to do? He used to write satanic literature. That's what he used to do. And so you're wondering why all of the mindset of the liberal left is as it is. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. Look at the mindset of what was going on there in his murderer, his killer, his murderer. What was going on there?
Alleged.
Was that
alleged?
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. yeah, no.
I have to say it, alleged.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right, alleged, okay. He was alleged to... No, no, hang on a second. We can go on what he's actually said. If you actually go through what he's actually said, this man has he admitted to his trans lover that he had done it, so
we're told. Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh, allegedly. Okay. Yeah. I've had enough of this word, allegedly, ladies and gentlemen. And there comes a point where I just say, take me to court. Do it. Because I've had a gutsful, to be honest with you. So they're going to take me to court, a man in another country for not... You didn't use the word allegedly. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Good night. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, well, we're going to sue you for everything you've got. You didn't use the word allegedly. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we can see that what has happened. Yeah. Go on, Jeff. Go on.
Sorry. Talking about Satanism, it is, because every way you look at this, everything about it at the end is satanic. There's no other explanation. What other explanation can there be? After all this time, it's not an accident. It's by design, and it's not about money. It's not even about power. It's about it's worse than that. Now, someone, Liam Bream, says the best way to please Satan is the sacrifice of innocence. Now, yeah, I would agree with that, but I'm now going to show you a chat from Sharon Ward. My grandson was followed home Monday. He had to run into someone's house. He's 12. Someone got it on doorbell camera. Now we haven't let him out. It's getting worse.
Yeah.
The government is allowing this to get worse by not dealing with the situation. I mean, I'm not talking, when I say government, I'm talking about all of them. All of them. This hasn't just happened this year. This has been building and building and building. Carefully crafted building, by the way. Not accidental. It's been done on purpose. So, yes. And we have to, and I'm sorry that Sharon has had to go through this. Well,
that's
her
dreadful.
son,
Her grandson,
her grandson had to go through this. This is absolutely not right. It is satanic, isn't it?
It's. Look, this is happening up and down the country. I mean, so sorry, Sharon. This is happening up and down the country, and parents are too frightened to let their children out to play. I have a young son, and he lives with his mother, granted, but I'm terrified of, he where he grows up. That's not a good, where he grows up is not a good area. And yeah, where he's going to grow out to play, I'm a little bit worried about it, to say the least. I'm very worried about it. But there we go. That's why it's up to us to fight for this. We've got to fight back now. We have to fight back. As Elon Musk said, you've got to fight back. I'm not saying physically, but you have to fight back.
Yeah.
And we do. That's the stage we're at. Of course, I'm talking politically. I'm throwing my weight 100% behind Advance UK. I'm going to repeat myself with my usual caveat. If there's an election tomorrow, I'm going to say vote reform. Some improvement is better than what we've got now. And there will be, under Farage, an incremental little bit of an improvement. But joining Advance UK and supporting Advance UK is the most important thing you can do, because in another couple of years, I'm telling you now, Advance UK will overtake reform, and that's going to happen. And right now as well, the importance of you supporting Advance UK is that it puts the heels and fire to the feet and the heels of reform. Because more and more people are coming across. I heard Tommy say it's the fastest growing political party in British history from a 0 point. So that's absolutely incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
And there's a link in the descriptions box below to join Advance UK. So please do so. And it's the launch. There is a launch of the party, Advance UK, on the 27th of this month in Newcastle. I shall be there.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you've got a song at the end of today's show as well. A song about the news. That's correct, yes. At the end of this show, keep watching until the end, because I've written another little ditty for you. Indeed, I have.
There you go.
There you go.
Stop rushing off, everybody. Stop rushing off.
Yeah, where are you going? Get back. Come back.
Yes. No. So definitely support Advance. I like one of the comments right at the beginning of the stream was, it was about the fourth or fifth comment was, has Jeff slagged off Reform UK yet? And I hadn't even mentioned them. That was brilliant.
Well, I thought
I'd get slagging them off. It's just a case of who do you prefer? And yeah.
Aha. So there's a good super chat here, mate. It's a good one. Hello, Richard the Rub. Retrained as masseur. That goes back to a comment I made that I'm going to be retraining as a masseur to make the people here who are staying in these hotels more welcome, because we need to be more welcoming, like King Charles said. Indeed, we need to be much more welcoming. Yes. Jeff, as well, the thing is, some people are not welcoming. And I can see a point in time as well, because, I mean, all of us we just love these people coming across illegally across the channel. They're good people, We all love them, don't we? Yes. Anyway, There's a lot of people in this country, myself included, actually, if truth be known, who are not too impressed with the state of illegal immigration in the United Kingdom at the moment. And therefore, I would like something to be done about it. Now, one of the things that the government is on about doing, Jeff, is bringing in...
Yes, the digital ID. And the digital ID card is going to solve all these problems of illegal migration, illegal employment by illegal immigrants, and all the crime by everybody. It's going to be wonderful, isn't it? So that everything you do, everywhere you go, will be logged, you will be tracked, and it'll be just wonderful. And you'll never have any crime again. You'll never be able to pay your window cleaner in cash again. Yes. Anyway, just before I go to that one, I just want to go over this one by Mons, this comment here by Mons. Ben Habib or Farage must reinstate treason laws. Yes. Treason laws, we must get those back. We must. There is so much going on and there is no real crime of treason anymore, because how can you have treason when you haven't got a state? So they were preparing for us not having a state by basically watering down the treason laws to absolutely nothing, so that ministers and corporate entities could just wallow around the world acting against the interests of the UK. So, yeah, we have to do that. Anyway, let's listen to what Liz Kendall had to say as one of the ministers involved, talking about ID cards, shall we?
Is looking at digital ID cards at the moment. How would that help prevent the situation that we're in now?
Well, Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, has said we are looking at what other countries have done to bring in a sort of digital accreditation. I think there's real actually benefits right across here, from obviously dealing with illegal working, but also actually imagine if your viewers imagine that they had one credential that would allow them to access all the different government services and our public services do. I'm sure many of your viewers often tear their hair out with all the different numbers and passwords of the different bits of government that they have to deal with. And I do think could be a real benefit here for people who are here and working legally and accessing our public services if there was one route in, as well as the benefits it could have with illegal migration. We're looking at that. I think it is an interesting idea that other countries have taken forward, and we want to learn from what they've done.
Sorry, Jeff, before you say anything, I'm sorry, that was just the most, as soon as she started speaking, I was like, I was like, I couldn't even absorb that. It was like, I can't listen to that.
She thought she was talking to some people on CBBC, you see. She thought she was talking to children. So that's how she was addressing us. Hello, children. This is going to be all very nice for you. Yes, and I like the way she wrapped it up. You've just got one little ID card. You go around, you can get everything on there. And then the first thing that leapt to my mind was, yeah, and then it'll get cloned. As soon as he goes into the wrong place, puts it into a machine that someone's tinkered with, card cloned, sold around the world, everyone's on benefits. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And how many government IT projects are bulletproof? None. They fall apart at the seams right at the beginning. You don't get anywhere. It takes years. And they are going to bring this in. The most secure system is actually, believe it or not, a good old-fashioned paper system, because they're not joined by digits and things don't flow from one piece of paper to the next. Now, I know that's going a bit far, but you get the idea. Some of it has to be digital, but
Well, no. The thing is, digital now, in the age of quantum computing, will be able to be hacked quite easily. AI and quantum computing, that's it. Even your crypto is not safe. I was talking to a chap the other day, a friend of mine, he was talking to me about crypto, how wonderful and safe it is, thinking, until another 12 months from now, and then it isn't. And that's it. It will be quite easily hacked and cracked. So, no, digital ID. I've been saying this for years, Jeff, as you know, that's what they'll be doing. That the powers that be will be introducing it, and along with central bank digital currencies. And Jeff, it was 2008, 2007, 2008. The first article you wrote, as I keep saying, was the cashless society, and we are coming into that. And yes, look forward to your credit scores. We are now entering a Chinese system, and I think that's why Sir Keir Starmer is so happy, incidentally, for this mega embassy to be built by the Chinese in London. This incredible, fantastic. Woo! What are we doing? Why? What? I don't even know if they should have an embassy here. In fact, I'm of the opinion that we need to start thinking about removing certain embassies from this country. Are you a friend of the West? Are you our ally? Yes or no? Well, if the answer is no, then you don't get an embassy. Go away. Goodbye. Are your values aligned with ours? Yes or no? Oh, is that a no? Okay, well, in that case, you don't get an embassy. And not just that, we don't want anything to do with you whatsoever in terms of trade. Goodbye. Maybe we need to start being a little bit harsher with the world. I mean, everyone talks about sanctions and applying measures and pressures upon certain countries. Well, why are we trading with them? Period. And the whole thing, this international politics, it just winds me up. This whole globalist attitude that we have to be, everything's interlinked and interrelated. No, it isn't anymore. I'm sorry. Because people have decided they want to return to their nation states. They want the nation state back. They've seen through the bull. People have had enough, Jeff.
Yeah, they have. Definitely. Sorry, I'm mucking around here trying to get this. For some reason, the link didn't go through on YouTube for the Rupert Lowe petition. And when I go to it, it's... to his Twitter page, it's actually just a photograph of the petition. So I can't actually find the petition itself.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. People will be able to find
sorry,
it.
There is one.
You lot can find it.
Yeah, you can find it. Yeah. We'll leave it to you. You're much better
at
technology
you're
than us.
Industrious lot. You're all industrious, and you can do it yourselves. Come on. And if you can't, you're lazy.
Yes, definitely.
Not like me.
Yeah. Actually, Rupert Lowe did talk about this whole ID thing as well. He put it out on X, and this is what he said. Illegal... That's the wrong one, isn't it?
No, that is the wrong one, but it's still applicable.
Here we go, sorry.
Yes.
Rupert Lowe MP said, I've had it confirmed by the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology that the government is officially considering digital ID, looking at how it can help bring benefits to people's everyday lives. We must say no to digital ID. Yeah. So I think he's right on that one, don't you?
Yeah. I think most people watching this will be thinking to themselves, I'm not taking digital ID. Well, I've seen the comments. People are just saying, no, we're not having it. And it's one of those things where you think, if they start bringing stuff like that, then we're not living in the same country. I want to actually talk to you about something as well, Jeff, because I heard a comment, and I read a comment by the late Charlie Kirk. And he to paraphrase him, he was saying that we need to start thinking about the way that the left are operating, because they're not playing by the rules. So why should we play by the rules? But we do play by the rules. And we should always play by the rules, incidentally. We should not be breaking the law. I have to emphasize that. But there are certain rules that they don't follow. They've got a very different mindset. They're at war with us. We are actually... We are at war. They've started a war. I would say they fired the first shot. They fired a complete artillery battery load of shots at us, to be honest with you. And literally one took out Charlie Kirk. And some of you will be thinking, yeah, but that's in the United States. That's not the United Kingdom. I'm sorry. It's the same thing. We're in the same boat. We're in the same battle right across Western civilization. There's a war going on between the liberal left and between the rest of us. Those of us I won't call right-wing. I'm not even right-wing. I don't even know what right-wing is. I mean, people talk about far right. I instantly think far right. Nazi party in Germany. Yeah, the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Hang on, but they were socialists. It's all meaningless. It's absolute rubbish. It's all about different mechanisms of control. Okay? There are those of us who don't want to be controlled and to be slaves, and there are those of us who do. The left love it. They want everything. They seem to reduce everything down to equality of pay, equality of rights, equality of this, equality of that. A level playing field for everything, where everything is equal. There is no subjective anything. Subjectivity doesn't matter. Everything is the same. Everything is relativistic. People are equal. Their morals across the world are the same. People are the same right across the world, according to the liberal left. Everyone thinks the same. Doesn't matter what culture and country you come from. Everyone's essentially the same. They all have the same values, no matter what the religion, the belief system of those countries are. It's all the same. No, it's not the same. It's far from the same. And that's why Britain was such an effing great country to live in. It's not anymore, but it will be again, because we're going to make it better. And we're going to do it the right way. And we are going to play by the rules. I hope. I hope everyone plays by the rules. But if I can see a situation arising where people will stop playing by the rules completely. Not one or two. It'll be one or two to start with, but en masse. And then everything breaks down. And then everything has to rearrange. I can't say any more than that, Jeff.
Yes, talking about Rupert Lowe, Von Sauerkraut is asking, where was he on the 13th of September in London? I don't know. Maybe he was there, maybe he wasn't. I didn't see him. I was there, and it was so full of people that I couldn't move most of the time. But the other question I would ask is, where was Nigel Farage? You know, Ben Habib was there, and he was actually there quite openly saying that Keir Starmer's up. And he was there, wasn't he? Singing along, as it were. Or
yes, a wonderful
along.
Man. We all love Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
Keir Starmer, we love you.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Thank you very much, Grandor, for your contribution. I find it so bizarre, as when you ask the question and then to both Islam or Fabian stuff, it always ends with dunno or slavery, directionless end point to both of them, and China is falling. I'm presuming you're asking them those questions. I never get any answers out of lefties at all nowadays. If you go to a lefty in a protest, they won't debate with you. They just shout at you, or they keep silent until some handler comes up and ushers them away. Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them. Because they're frightened they might say something revealing, as it were. Thank you, Fat Cat. If the death penalty returns, squishing or dissolving, I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know which way.
That's interesting.
Which way would, squishing or dissolving? Yes. And Doffler, thank you very much. Hitler wasn't a socialist. The National Socialist label was marketing spin.
Not so sure on that one.
Not so sure about that one.
Because
myself.
So effectively, you have two mechanisms of authoritarian control. Okay, nationalize everything under the guise of trying to create an egalitarian society, to have maximum control over the people and industry, or you use the free markets under the same sort of thing. You don't. it's not nationalized, but you have the same level of control. Putin has been a good example of that in many respects in the past, where industries have been utterly subservient to him. And it's something that any authoritarian ruler has done quite openly. So I do disagree there. I do believe that socialism isn't necessarily about the nationalization and acquisition by the state of all private resources. There is much more to it. It depends on which methodology is used for authoritarian control. But it's a good, yeah.
There's a debate to be had.
Yeah. I mean, it says that Hitler was a corporatist, not a socialist. Idopter's done a follow-up comment. That's a good point. But at the end of the day, socialism and corporatism it's different ways of achieving the same end result. And that is having as much control over the masses as possible. Hitler had it. Stalin had it. It's very easy to do. In China, in North Korea, it's all about control. Mussolini, again, there's so many examples of this. It doesn't really matter how the control is, what mechanism is used to derive the control. But yeah, good conversation though, Idopfler. Thank you.
Yeah, someone's just left a comment, a good one. I've just missed it. It's disappeared. Basically saying that Charlie Kirk's microphone has just hit the floor. Someone has to pick it up, which I thought was a very good comment. But I can't find it now. So, yeah. Yes. I did have something more to say. Oh, yes. On this sort of concept of socialism. One of the ways that you can control things without necessarily taking them into public ownership is just to legislate. You legislate the control over these bodies. And that's what we've been doing. That's what successive governments have been doing. They've been legislating to control corporations. You control them through tax. You can control them through health and safety laws.
Yes.
You can control them any way you like. In fact, you could even control the remuneration that directors get from, and there are moves in the left. So, this no company boss can earn more than 20 times more than the cleaner, as it were. You get that concept. They want to do that. They want to smack upper earnings levels on things, and then they want to tax them. I'm not saying that's what Hitler did or whatever, but there are several ways of controlling companies without even owning them, and a government can find that extremely easy to do. So, yeah.
One of the things I'm noticing here, Jeff, is these protests outside the police station at Loughton Police Station. Fantastic to see people exercising their democratic rights to protest in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. What I do notice there's a huge difference to the protests at this police station and the police station that took place, the demonstrations at the police station in Manchester, I think it was, or was it Salford? Around the time of the Manchester airport incident, where the masses turned up, and I believe they released people. They just
yeah. They've been
intimidation.
Yes.
Go on,
They've
Jeff.
been intimidated. They were intimidated when they tried to move those people out of a hotel and into the Bibby Stockholm thing on the jetty down in the southern area of Dorset. When they tried to in Portland, when they tried to take those out, they were stopped by a mob, and they had to give up in the end. Yeah, so the police do lose control, but they always seem to lose control to certain people, don't they? They never go overboard against those people. I've seen some of the stuff from the 13th, and it doesn't paint the police in a good light. There is a rumour going round, and this, Richard and I have both looked at this, and we can't find the definitive answer, that 25 people were arrested on the day, on the 13th, but only 8 of them reportedly on Twitter or X were the Patriots, as I call them. The others were the counter-protesters. but I can't find the proof of that. So I'm not saying that one way or the other, but it seems to have been published out by several different people, but I don't know.
Yeah, it really is. It's a strange situation. You have to remember, okay, you really do have to remember that the people have just lost faith in the police. So we don't believe a single word that comes out of their mouths anymore. We're being told, I mean, they wouldn't even deny or confirm the status of this individual in this incident at the school. So I mean, that's just one example of many of what's going on. Why the people have lost faith in the police. It's dreadful, Jeff. It's just dreadful. I look at Britain and, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I've got something to break to you now. There's the possibility that Jeff and myself and a young chap called James, I won't say any more in a second or anything, but we may be working on a documentary with him about something that's been bugging me for a long time. And that is, I remember Britain, and I know the next generation coming behind us barely remember Britain, the Britain that we grew up in. So we might be doing a documentary called, which I'm sort of, it's under the working title of The Remembering, because the remembering is something that is very important for us, I think. And we need to remember so much about what this country was. This country was so fantastic. I loved England in particular. I love Wales as well. You know, obviously but yeah, Wales is a far better place to live right now than England, I can tell you. Unfortunately, wasn't always the case, incidentally, as far as I'm concerned. It's always been a wonderful place, but England was something magnificent, and it will be again. It will be again. We will make sure of that. Anyway,
Yeah.
Jeff, there's a very lovely comment here.
Yes, I know. I'm just going to put it up. Yeah. Thank you, Paul Thorpe. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Just want
Paul.
to recognise the massive contribution, hard work and effort Jeff and Richard put into this movement. Thank you, gentlemen. Two shining examples of this movement. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you,
we
mate.
just do our best. We just put what we can in.
Yeah.
And see what comes out the other end, I suppose. It's
And exactly the same back to you, Paul.
Yeah.
What you have done for this country, people don't realise. People don't realise what it's like to stand there. And yeah, you know, Jeff and I, we've taken a lot of flack, and we have had threats like you wouldn't believe. But Paul Thorpe, I'm sorry, he is one of the finest men this country has had. He really is. He has done so much for the movement, not just the movement.
Yep.
Yeah, a good friend. Thank you, Paul. God bless you, mate.
Yeah. And moving on to Copperdeseo, thank you very much. Norway has had digital ID for more than a decade now. There's no physical part of it. It's all digital, nothing to copy anywhere.
For now.
Yeah, so
yeah, for now. And
Yeah.
but as I said, we now have quantum computing coming in, and we have AI as well. You combine those two things together, anything can be cracked, anything can be changed and doctored. Your entire life can be instantly written off. You can be a persona non grata in a very short period of time. If you trust that.
yeah,
so
you know, at the end of the day,
things are changing.
technology is technology. It's hackable. It's, you know, and putting all your eggs in one basket, putting your entire life in the hands of the government, that is the most stupid thing you can do, as far as I'm concerned. I'd much rather have my banking completely separate from government, because government, when they look at all their little greedy fingers, you know, extra taxes here, they can instantly get in there and take what they want. And there's nothing you can do about it. They can fine you for things that you haven't done, and it will take you ages to get your money back because they can just rip it out of your account. No, I'm not like, I don't want that to happen.
No.
Especially if they bring in AI courts and AI judges, they'll just instantaneously find you guilty, fine you, and bang, it's done. You know, that they can take the parking fine out even though you weren't there instantly, because someone's cloned your vehicle registration number. Ah, dear. No. Don't like it at all.
No.
Oh, iDoppler says Paul Thorpe is watching. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
Paul, and the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, well, Paul's, great channel, fantastic channel, and yeah, wonderful work that man's doing and has done. Yeah, can't be forgotten.
Yes, good question. Reformer going soft. Already a member of Advance and Restore. I'm assuming that means you, JS. Yeah. Yeah. I think people
they went soft ages ago.
Yeah, they have to look at the offerings, make your mind up. I mean, there are so many people that at the moment are supporting reform as the only option they have, but I think that's going to be changing over the next few months. I really do. Now, will this, W says, the best thing about Britain is Spain. Does that mean we're all going to Spain? We all have second homes in Spain, do we? I don't. Do you know, I haven't even got a passport. I'm British through and through.
I haven't either, as a matter of fact, Sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
I haven't been abroad for 23 years.
I think I'm going to sneeze. No, we're
iDoppler says Tommy Robinson has done so much too. God, dear man, that man is a dynamo.
Who? Tommy, who?
Who's this chap? Tommy what? Yeah.
I haven't heard of him before. Good grief.
Where did he spring from? He's a dynamo. He is.
Spot on, iDoppler. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's already got the next Unite the Kingdom thing beginning to gear up. He's beginning the plan. He started the plans months ago for that one.
Well, incidentally, here's an interesting one. Watched on Patrick Bet David the interview with Tommy Robinson, and Tommy said that look, the scale of this, it might be a case of we have to use Hyde Park. It'll have to be a Hyde Park event. Yeah. So. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that would be incredible. But he was saying that it'll be, the next one won't just be, it'll be a global pulling together in terms of, it won't just be like a British freedom of speech, Unite the Kingdom thing. This is, it'll be that as well, incidentally. But it's a pulling together of the British people. And I mean, right now, the battleground, it seems, of the world is centered in London for this. It's not just freedom of speech. It's far more than that. It's more to do with an ideological battle that's taking place. And I'm loving hearing, incidentally, Tommy speaking in so much now in Christian terms. He knows the truth. He's a Christian. That's it. He knows the truth. And, yeah, he's a young Christian relatively, but that doesn't matter. Saved by grace. By having faith in the one, in Jesus Christ, has saved him. He's a Christian. And that's it.
Yeah.
And we all need to remember what we are as a country. Our Christian heritage is more than just words. It's more than just a heritage. It's more than that. I heard Ben Habib rightly say, we're not just a Christian culture, we're a Christian constitution. Oh, yes. Every flag that's flying, as Ben Habib said, has some inspiration or has a link to do with maybe not the Welsh dragon, but there is an element of it. We should Wales, we should have the cross of St. David as our national flag, by the way. I'm going to start a campaign for that, by the way. Yeah. But no, anyway. Yeah. But there's more than just the constitution of the culture. We're talking about the individuals. The individuals who made Britain great were Christian. Yeah. That's what you have to think on the individualistic terms, right? Not just this was just a broad-based set of values and morals. It's far more than that. It's you watching this right now, your salvation. That's what this is. Sorry.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. And the people that did make, they were overwhelmingly Christian. They were brought up that way. And I think they just realised that was their truth, the truth. And even now, today, I read lots of the more highly intelligent people in the country. They're quietly Christian. They won't boast about it or talk about it, but I've talked to a couple of them and they're Christian. So, yes. And I mean, they're not just, sort of culturally Christian. They are Christian. In fact, I hadn't realised that one of my friends was a friend. I knew him very well, worked with him in UKIP. And he died recently, went to the funeral. And that's where I learned how he was such a regular churchgoer and did so much for the church. But he never talked to us about it. He was just quietly Christian, very intelligent man.
Look, there's a lot of people, Jeff, tonight who will be watching this who are not Christian. And
yeah, I understand. Understand.
No. I want to speak directly to them. I want to speak directly to them. And that is, look, don't think this in any way we're sort of having a go at you for not being Christian. I can tell you now from the bottom of my heart from Jeff, with love, we wish you were. And that's it, because this is your soul. And this is your eternal state that is at risk. And it's very difficult to talk about because it conjures up so many different things. But those of you watching this, most of you watching this now, will love this country, will love Britain, will love what Britain used to be. And as I keep saying, if you want the country of yesteryear, we have to become the people of yesteryear. And the people of yesteryear knew that their soul was at risk, was definitely at risk. And they understood that. Everything they didn't have the distractions that we've got today. Today, there are so many distractions on the individual. So many to take you away from God in this satanic world. There we go. There's so much I could say. Anyway, God bless you all,
Yes. Yeah. And talking about the Tommy event on Saturday, I'll just show you an ambush by the leader of the Tories in City Hall when addressing the London Deputy Mayor for Policing, Kaya Comer Schwartz. And this is the exchange, just to so you can sort of, have a little smile at it.
Oh, you're going to enjoy
this. It's
alarming,
and I've been reading about some of the actions of protesters from a Metropolitan Police commander, and she noted, in carrying out their duties today, our officers have been punched, kicked, spat on, and had objects thrown at them by protesters. Would you agree, as I do, about the abhorrent treatment of police officers at protests?
I completely agree with you, Chair. It's unacceptable. You will have seen in the media today appeals for information on some of the people that the police are investigating. So there'll be continued investigation as to some of the actions that happened there.
Absolutely. But just to clarify, if I may, the words that I've just read to you were in relation to the protests on the 7th of September 2025, with the 893 arrests of Palestinian Action supporters, where 17 people were arrested, for assaults on police officers. Where is everybody's condemnation of the actions of the protesters then?
There you go. What a great sort of tripping up there of people just making assumptions that it's, yeah. So I thought that was really good. So we need more of that sort of thing.
Jeff, we've got a new member, and it's a very special one, actually, because if I'm not mistaken, it's Boudica or Boadicea, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, Boudica.
Yeah. Or Boadicea. It's up for grabs, that one.
It says Boudica. Thank you very much.
The pronunciation has been debated for a very long time. But yeah, welcome, Boudica, Boadicea from the Iceni, or is it the Iceni tribe? That's it. Incidentally, I'm partly descended from that tribe myself, I'll have you know, because I have genetic links over that part of England, and Bury St. Edmunds in particular. And as I said before, if your name is Wilson, if you have the surname of Wilson, and you're from Bury St. Edmunds, I'm probably related to you. There you go.
You say that to everybody. Anyway.
I know. And I probably am related to everybody. Well, if you're a Christian, you realise you are. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, the triggered Christian, thank you very much. John 3:16.
Is that the? Let me just double check. But I do recall that is as for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Am I correct in that one, or have I got the wrong one?
Have a look. While ago,
just looking,
Doctor,
yes.
thank you very much.
Yes,
we
for-
are
yes, for
souls
go-
having
for
a
God's-
human experience. We are not the body. Yeah.
Yes, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. I mean, we can go all theological here, mate, tonight, but there is one thing I'll say. I watched a fantastic podcast with John Lennox, I believe his name is, and the professor, and I believe he's a professor in Oxford, or is it Cambridge? Can't remember. Anyway, he was asked some brilliant questions about people say, well, what about all the people who, have never heard of Jesus Christ, never heard the gospel of Christ? Are they all going to hell? And he's like, no, it's only, and he was quite convinced that it's just those people who reject Christ that potentially have got that. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. It's just one of those things that people always bring up. What about the people who've never heard of Christ? Well,
Yeah.
there we are.
Yes. And we're getting on a bit, but I got something else here I've got to show you, because this sort of exercises people as well when they we have our legal system here. We all know how bad it's getting with its two-tier system. But then along comes a Labour minister and says this.
Sharia law forms no part of the law of England and Wales, but in common with Christian, Jewish and other courts of faith where people choose to put themselves before those councils, that's part of the religious tolerance that is an important British value.
Now, I just wonder what people made of that.
Oh, to do with Sharia courts, just being a part of the tolerance of the United Kingdom, that it, because people put themselves in front of other, Christian, Judeo, as well, Jewish courts and whatever courts. But I think there's a bit of a distinction here, in terms of what those courts actually come out with. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much into this because, I mean, I might be singling out one religion and I can't think which religion I would be thinking of when it comes to courts. I mean, I don't know any Christians in particular who put themselves in front of religious courts. I have a few Jewish friends and I don't know any of them who put themselves in front of Jewish courts. Maybe they exist, but I'm more concerned about the impact of those courts within a society than I am of the actual courts. And to be honest with you, I wish all courts were following a Christian version of morality. To say the least, that's what this country was based on. In fact, our laws were based upon Christianity. That's the way it happened. Even our secularist courts today, our secularist society today, you've got to remember, our inherited values in the secularist world are based upon 2,000 years of Christian heritage, of Christian law. Nothing else. Well, the new laws, more recently secularist laws, there are now laws coming in which are demonic, utterly demonic, that have been passed in the last 25, 30 years. Things that would, even longer actually, things that going back, say, 60 years would have been utterly illegal. But there we go.
Yeah.
Such is the secularist world.
Yes. Here's a question from left field. It says, wasn't Richard Wilson Victor Meldrew? I genuinely can't remember. You're right. I just looked it up. It is.
Good point. Good point.
I don't believe it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I'll go into that particular comment at the end. Yeah, someone else has said, yes, he was Victor Meldrew. Yes, a different Richard to the one that's sat in Wales while I'm sat here in Dorset.
Yeah, my surname isn't Wilson, by the way, but my family genetically surname is Wilson. Well, if you were, I've got many surnames, believe me. I can take my pick, actually, which surname I want to use. I was born under one name. I then became an entirely different name. My birth name, incidentally, was Adam. Adam. Yeah, that's what I was called when I was born. There we are.
That makes you
Before
very,
adoption.
very, very, very old. Was your first wife Eve?
No. Trust me, Eve didn't cause as much trouble in the universe as my ex-wife did.
Oh, right. Now,
Yeah.
Concerned UK Citizen says, our law is above any other. That should be the case. Now, the thing is about this, these Sharia courts, when the Sharia law is very prescriptive about things that happen on death, where the money goes. So Sharia law is it says it goes to the male offspring in preference to the female, this sort of thing. It's all written down. So what the Muslims do is actually set out wills that follow Sharia law. Okay, so that it actually works against the female offspring. And that's all legitimate because it's written in an English law will. And that's how they get round these things. So Sharia law is being exercised in this country by doing that. Now, whether or not, if someone challenged a Sharia will in a British court of law, whether that would actually work, I don't know. I don't think it would, because it is a will and you can do anything you like in your will. But you get the idea. If you put it down into a contract, write the contract in English law, but the result is a Sharia law outcome. And lawyers are specialising in this stuff more and more now, especially when you've got things like Islamic mortgages, because you can't lend money. So how do people make a profit out of, this sort of, and it's all, it is actually just like any other mortgage, but it's not based on borrowing money.
Yeah. Right, Jeff,
Anyway.
I'm going to have to disappear for about 3 or 4 minutes, and I shall be
quick.
back. Yeah, well, I'm going to do what I've got to do. So, yeah.
Okay.
I will be back, ladies and gentlemen. I have to prepare myself.
Yep.
And indeed, I'll be back
Get his
now.
voice in order. Yeah. Okay. We will see him back in a moment. But as I was saying, so they write these laws out in English law or British law, UK law, whatever you want, and the outcome is a Sharia law outcome, but it's all legal in accordance with English law. So that's how these sort of things work. And it's not something I would like to see, but you've got to remember that there are Jewish courts that do the same sort of thing, or Jewish legal systems do the same sort of thing, and even Christian type. But, at the moment, that's all allowed. I just want to see one legal system, and that's it. And everybody follows it. All this sort of working around in the background, trying to shoehorn one thing into another, I don't like that at all. But that's just me. So, yeah. So I'm just... thank you, Fat Cat. Church of Bagpuss. Yeah, okay. Yes, didn't know there was one. But there's a one of everything. There is a church of everything, I should think. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Thank you very much, Von Sauerkraut. If I can get this shown. There are also tennis courts too. Are they also included? No. They have different rules, Love 40 and all this sort of thing. Yeah, so it's completely different for them. Yeah. As I said, someone's saying Sharia can't be legal. It goes against the fundamental principles of state law. It can work as long as it's written in English law, and the Sharia law is the outcome. And as long as that Sharia outcome is legal in this country, that's how it works. So, yeah. Tommy just gave us a shout out on his current live stream. Well, thank you very much. I'll just have to go and have a check out of that one. Well, I didn't know he was going live. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be live, and we'd be pulling negative numbers right now. But you mustn't go until Richard comes back. So I'm just keeping you, trying to keep you entertained while we're doing this. Paul, someone says, Paul, oh, wait a minute. I will now herald in young Richard, who's replete with his guitar. So over to you, Richard.
Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I just thought this just do a little ditty towards focus towards the events of today, where something dreadful has happened, where a man has just walked into a school, and just general thoughts on that. So here we go. He walked into the playground, the teachers shouted loud. The school is meant for children, not strangers from the crowd. I tell you what it was, boys, I'll tell you what it is. Our schools are meant for learning, not lurking men like this. The parents, they are raging, the coppers played it light. They slap his wrists and bail him, he's free again tonight. I'll tell you what it was, boys, I'll tell you what it is. Our schools are meant for learning, not lurking men like this. The papers cropped his picture, they hide away his face. But everyone's seen it on X, it's all a damn disgrace. I'll tell you what it is, boys, I'll tell you what it is. Our schools are meant for learning, not lurking men like this. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Well done. Well done.
There we go.
Yes. Would you believe he's actually played the guitar before a couple of times, you know, ladies and gentlemen? There you are. And I've got to say that thank you very much for watching. I know that Tommy's gone live on another channel. I'll have to go and hunt that one out myself. And just wish it all the best of the evening. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, and as some many have done, is comment below.
Please do like and subscribe to this channel, and click the all option when you subscribe, because lots of you watching this have not subscribed to this channel. What's the matter with you? Can't you see the value that you get by coming to the Jeff Taylor channel with the fantastic Mr. Jeff Taylor and his idiot sidekick myself, who only comes on for the evening live streams? But you did not need to see some of his videos. The videos that this man does here, absolutely fantastic. You know, I'm very, very impressed with today's video. It's absolutely wonderful. So yes, subscribe, then click the all option. You get a notification every time we put up a new video. So, and become members just like Boadicea has today. And there is occasionally some extra content, but it generally just helps us keep the channel going. And thank you to all you guys with the super chats. And you know, lots of love to you all. And over to you, Jeff.
Well, all I can say is on that note, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from Mr. Jeff Taylor. Goodbye.
Goodbye.